All right, earlier this morning, friends of this program, Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens, were brutally harassed by far-left protesters. They were having breakfast at a Philadelphia coffee shop. Watch this.
1, 2, 3, the bourgeoisie! 4, 5, 6, the bourgeoisie! 1, 2, 3! Fascist people! Big government!
All right, it's now Turning Point USA founder Charlie Kirk, Turning Point USA Communications Director Candace Owens, both friends of the show. Pam Bondi, Secretary Nielsen, Sarah Sanders, Melania Trump, Ivanka Trump, a 12-year-old kid, Barron Trump, a 4-year-old granddaughter, Chloe Trump. This is, the media talks about them because they say you suck and they're worried. This was, you actually got physically assaulted. Correct, yeah. Water thrown on myself. They threw an egg at me. And here's the interesting part. Candace and I were just minding our own business. We were just having, quiet breakfast. And they mobilized within 20 or 30 minutes, at least 50 of them, came into the restaurant, started calling Candace a Nazi, which I can't quite figure out how on earth they would come to that conclusion. There were racial comments made too, right?
Absolutely.
What were they said? Tell everybody.
Not just to me, also to the police officers. This was a primarily black police force. This is Philadelphia. There was only one white police officer. The rest were black and Hispanic. They called us race traitors. They were saying F the police, and they were saying that all police are racist, despite the fact that this was an all-white group, Antifa, facing an all-black police force, and myself, telling us essentially that we had to go. I did notice that you both kept your cool and you stayed out. You were not going to go back in. I would probably, if I was there, I would have stayed out because I'm a lunatic. But I would have advised you guys to go inside. But you felt it was important not to. Well, they drove us out of the restaurant, and Candace and I said, you know what, let's just stand here for a couple minutes and show them that we're not going to back down. Very peacefully, we're not going to retaliate if things get thrown at us. Little did we know we actually have stuff thrown at us. But look, we don't want to play the victim card here. That's what the left does all the time. Instead, not the victim card, but this is... Use this as a warning. This is what's called on by Maxine Waters. That was our first reaction. Wait a minute. Get in their face? Get in their face in grocery stores, in the mall, if I remember correctly? In restaurants, she said. In restaurants. Yeah, so this is Maxine Waters America, and we felt it was an important moment to show America exactly what we are fighting, because not many people understand this is real. They've grown increasingly violent because they understand that they are losing. They're losing a lot of turf. Is this, when I first met you, I did say what Charlie said, because he thinks he discovered you. All right, you didn't discover. She was a star in the making. I did say I saw a great future for both of you, to be fair. Has there been a lot of this? When they're expecting us, yes. If we're on campuses, of course. If we're going to give us a talk anywhere, of course. But this was unusual because we weren't at a Trump rally. We weren't on a campus. We were simply having coffee in a coffee shop. So sad. Yeah. And Sarah Sanders' kids thrown out of a restaurant. I don't talk about it. I know the left. I said last week, I'd be the first to jump in. If I'm at an event and anybody laid a hand on even Jim Acosta, I train an hour and a half a day mixed martial arts. I fight, and it's real fighting. Mm-hmm. And I would defend anybody against physical violence, but it's not the same if you're using words. Here, they actually chased you out of the restaurant, and you were physically really assaulted. That's correct. And we made the decision not to press charges because, look, we're not going to try to do what the left would do and try to create martyrs, so on and so forth. Instead, what we want to do is focus on, as a warning sign to the American people, that if the Democrats take back Congress, you're going to be electing these radicals. Well, those are the people that want to impeach the president. That's correct. They want open borders, eliminate ICE, keep Obamacare. They want their crumbs back, and they want these investigations to stop. That's exactly right. And they had a bullhorn, and they were very close to my face, screaming in my ear. It was reminiscent of the Civil Rights era. This is what you would expect at the Civil Rights era if a black woman was dining at a restaurant. You've been through a lot, though. This is not the first time. It seems that race comes up a lot because you happen to be conservative and you happen to be an African American. That's correct. This is Deneen Borelli's book. Remember I mentioned it to you? Mm-hmm.
You know, Google my name, and the most horrific names come up.
That's correct,
against
because
her.
liberals believe that they own blacks still. They believe that there is something proprietary about being black in this country. And if you deviate from the way that they want you to think and the way that they want you to act, they grow violent.
And it's changing. Did you see the poll, Rasmussen?
I did.
You had predicted this to me.
I did. I said there's going to be a major black exit from the Democratic Party because we're starting to figure it out. We're looking at the history, which they've wiped, and we are realizing that the Democratic Party was always racist.
Record low unemployment, African Americans, Hispanic Americans, Asian Americans, 14 states. That's good for our fellow citizens. And you know what else?
Americans.
It ought to be what happened in Chicago, just to dovetail. If we don't declare this a national emergency, that literally our American family is being gunned down in the streets and nobody's doing anything to help our national treasure.
Because they're not illegal aliens. If these were illegal alien children that were gunned down, illegal alien children that were separated because they lost their fathers,
Think of the outrage over that.
they would
71.
be outraged.
But you know what? Nobody wants separation of children, and Donald Trump fixed that.
Correct.
But 71 people shot in a weekend.
Right.
And it went on all through the Obama years. What?
With the strictest gun laws in America.
No celebrities came out talking about this whatsoever, and it's because these were Americans.
You both are very brave and courageous. Thank you both for being here.